What's up, guys, and welcome to the channel. Today we have a Star Wars The Black Series of the 50th anniversary Lucasfilm of Star Wars Episode 1. Although it's not a 50th anniversary, obviously, for Episode 1 because, damn, I'd be old at that point. But it is for the 50th anniversary of Star Wars itself, and they did some repackaging. I was able to pick up this figure at Best Buy. And for those who don't know, I am a massive prequel fan. That is my favorite trilogy. That's the trilogy I grew up with. When Episode 1 came out, I was in kindergarten, so I was a very young kid. I was Darth Maul for Halloween. Darth Maul and Yoda are always been my favorite characters, and Boba Fett. But you know, obviously like Jango Fett too. They've been my favorite characters, and I remember being able to see my favorite character Yoda come to life, you know, as like this master Jedi that I always knew he was in the prequels. And I mean, like, obviously you see him in Empire, you know, he lifts the X-Wing, and obviously we always knew Yoda was powerful, but we actually got to see him in action in the prequels. Anyway, so Qui-Gon Jinn is a character I've always loved, you know, played by the great Liam Neeson. But I wasn't able to pick up the first Qui-Gon that came out, so the fact that I'm able to finally have a Qui-Gon in my collection, especially the 50th anniversary. And I will say, this is the first time I've ever got a Black Series figure that I'm like, I don't want to open this. But for the sake of a review, I will be opening these figures. I am an out-of-box collector. I do not keep my figures in the box. So, yes, these will be open. So, as you can see, these are very, very reminiscent of the packaging of the Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace figures. So if you grew up within this time period and you collected the figures, you would know that this is a very, very nostalgic packaging. So this takes me back for when I was a kid. So as you can see, the packaging is really cool. You know, you have like the Star Wars timeline. You know, it starts out with, it's hard to have a glare. So obviously, you know, you have the orders that came out. You have Star Wars, you have Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, Episode 1. You have the Legends that started in the 90s, Episode 2, Episode 3, Clone Wars Rebels, Rogue One, Solo, and the Disney trilogy. So, let's open Qui-Gon Jinn out and take a closer look at the figure. Here is Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn out of the packaging, and I gotta say, right off the bat, look at this face sculpt. Tell me that doesn't look exactly like Liam Neeson. That is really, really impressive, the face sculpt. I love the newer face sculpts for these newer Black Series. Anybody who's been collecting Black Series from the beginning has seen some pretty wonky face sculpts. But with the new technology that they're doing with the Marvel Legends and now the Star Wars Black Series, we're getting more screen accurate characters. It's not always the case. Some of the characters still come out kind of wonky looking, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But anyway, yeah, this is a really, really great look of Qui-Gon Jinn. The detailing is there. You got a little holster for the lightsaber. You know, you plug that in. He's got really cool boots. His lightsaber looks amazing. I've always been a big fan of the green lightsabers. You know, it's just all around like a really, really cool figure. The detailing is there. I love that. It's like kind of dirty. You know, it's not like super clean, but honestly, for the most part, that face sculpt alone is worth the price of the figure. That looks exactly like Liam Neeson, in my opinion. That's probably one of the best face sculpts I've seen. For articulation, you know, his head's kind of hindered by his shoulders, but it does go up and down, not very much. Arm goes up. He's got a single jointed elbow. You know, and now he's cutting himself in the face with the lightsaber. He's got hinges in his hands, but they're hindered by the robe. He has some movement in the hips. His leg goes out. It goes up. It goes back. He's got double jointed knees. That's always a good thing. His ankle goes down, it goes up, and he does have the ankle pivot. So it's pretty much a standard, it's the standard articulation for all the other Jedi figures we've been getting, like Kit Fisto, Plo Koon, you know, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know, it's basically the same mold, right, that they're using, which is fine by me. Different head sculpts, and maybe some variations to the boots and stuff like that to make it more unique to the character. But for the most part, it is the same articulation. And that's okay. I love the fact that we've been getting more and more prequel Jedis. I think the prequels, I think now that people the age has been more kinder to the prequels, I think that people are coming around to them. Like I said, I've always loved them. Again, I grew up with them. That is my Star Wars. And don't worry, I love every Star Wars movie. I'll be honest, I'm one of the rare few that I do love all the Star Wars movies for what they are. Star Wars is a very special franchise to me. It's been in points in my life that I really needed it, and you know, I think a lot of people feel that way. So you know, I'm not a hater to anything Star Wars. You know, there's movies I like more than I like others, and there's movies I like less, and then there's also different eras that I like the most. And for me, the era I like the most is the prequel era, because that is the era I grew up. That's when George Lucas came firmly into my life. Now, don't get me wrong, I saw the original trilogy before these movies came out, so I was very aware of the story and that we're going to see Vader come to be. So I was aware, but these were the movies I saw in theaters, and those are a bigger impact. These are the time when, you know, you're getting all the new toys and, like, you know, costumes and lightsabers, and this is a big deal to me, the prequels. So you will never catch me on this channel talking bad of the prequels. I'm so happy to add another member of the Phantom Menace to my collection. Let's get some figures for size comparisons to see how Qui-Gon looks with other characters of the Phantom Menace. Alright, so we have some figure comparisons. Next to Qui-Gon Jinn, we have the newly released Phantom Menace of Jar Jar Binks, which I think is an incredible figure. I think it's very underrated because obviously the character gets a lot of hate, but again, I grew up with these characters, so you will not catch me talking bad about Mr. Jar Jar Binks. I am sorry, I'm not the channel for you if that's what you want me to do. I've already reviewed Mr. Jar Jar Binks, so you can go to my Star Wars playlist and go check out my review of Jar Jar. I think he's one of the best Black Series figures we have, and it's always fun to add an alien creature to the collection, especially a Gungan. And then we have the Diamond Select Toys of Darth Maul, which is probably my favorite Darth Maul figure I own. I hope Diamond Select makes more Star Wars figures. So far they have this and they have Boba Fett, both of which I have reviewed on my channel. Once again, go to my Star Wars playlist and check out those two reviews of these awesome figures. And obviously the Diamond Select is out of scale with Qui-Gon Jinn. He is going to go better with the Black Series, but I want to give you an option. Right now, if you guys have seen my Star Wars collection review, you know that my Star Wars Black Series Darth Maul is actually behind a plexiglass case that I just don't really open. Again, go to my Star Wars playlist and you can see my full Star Wars action figure collection review, and you can let me know what you think of it. But honestly, this is my favorite Darth Maul figure, and I think Qui-Gon looks good. Again, he's going to scale way better with the Black Series, but you know, if you just want to have him with Darth Maul, I don't think that's going to be a bad thing. I don't think people are going to really care that much. When they see your collection, like, man, he's a lot shorter than Darth Maul. You know, it's all good. They look fine. But for the most part, if you do have the Black Series Darth Maul, you know, that's probably the one you want to go with. But again, you have the option. I do know he's still available on the DisneyStore.com, so I would go pick him up for you guys. He's an amazing figure, and he has a really great lightsaber effect. But all in all, I really, really, really love this Qui-Gon Jinn action figure. I think it's an extremely impressive figure. I think the face sculpt looks exactly like Liam Neeson, and I hope you guys pick him up. He is currently available for, at least when I saw in the time of this review, he's available on BestBuy.com. You can pick him up before he hits the scalper price in market, and then you have to pay triple the amount because he's going to be hard to find. Anyway, guys, please like this, comment. As always, subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and like this video, share it if you'd like, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.